So basketball savant LeBron James had did a sit down with JJ Redick. With them reflecting on this past season, they revealed some inner nuances that impact some of the top Knicks players. Now keep in mind, LeBron James is sort of an NBA prodigy. It's not just his height and his physical build, it's really the way he thinks the game. LeBron is the type to predict the outcome of the games based on how many number of possessions he has, his own personnel, and how many points he's down by. He can tell you how many mistakes are left. So he is a basketball wonder king, I would say, or a savant. And I gotta say, it's pretty rare to see all this bundled into one package. But right here, the self-proclaimed king speaks on a scenario that he faces with NBA defenses. And out of all the players in the league, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are on the very top of that list. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
All right, I'm going to go over these blitz numbers because we're talking about 2 on the ball. And this is interesting. So this year, top 5 players that have been blitzed in pick and roll. Luka by a lot. By far, almost 200 more blitzes.
Sure. That's to be expected. That's a pick and roll king. But pay attention right here.
And then everybody, the next 4 guys are bunched together. It's Brunson, Anthony Simons, Dame, and Book. Top 5 by ISO, Giannis, Kawhi, Julius Randle, Anthony Davis, and Banchero. Those are the top 5 by ISO guys.
Jalen Brunson making that list for pick and roll scenarios is not surprising. But Julius Randle and ISO, top 5 in players who get blitzed, the Randle haters got to explain that.
It's interesting. I looked up your blitz numbers in the tracking era, and you were first in ISO doubles in 13 and 14, second in 15, 16, and top 10 in 17, 18, and 19, 20. You've never actually been in the top 20 in blitzes against pick and rolls. Why do you think that is?
Because I make all the right reads.
I think it's that simple. You're right.
It's that simple. Teams know they can't blitz me in the pick and roll.
But what's interesting about Luka, I think, he's one of a handful of guys in this era that can make any pass against a double team.
Any.
James is one of them.
Yep.
You are for sure. Luka's one of them.
Yep.
So why are you blitzing him?
I don't understand it. Especially with the shooting they surround me too. It doesn't make sense.
Like I get the Brunson thing has been since Randle's out.
Yeah.
The uptick in blitzes
yeah,
has
for
gone
sure.
way up,
they
right?
don't have
I get that.
Yeah, for sure.
I get that.
I get that as well. You know, you have to. He's a one-head monster right now with the Knicks, and they blitzing him and making other guys beat him. I saw Golden State do it a lot last night as well before our game.
And that goes to show you how Brunson has improved on his pull-up game, especially going from year 1 to year 2 on the Knicks. That's part of the headache teams face when going up against him. I mean, you got to double team him, but he still gets through it. That game 6 from the 2023 playoffs against the Miami Heat, you could look back at that game and see that it was Brunson's warning shot to the league, that he's on his way. But fuck it. Let's take a look at some of the scenarios LeBron was making reference to in real time.
Right about now, we're going to start to change the pace and change the style.
So starting off with Brunson, without Randle, the Knicks have found clever ways to kind of get through this. Here's a double screen right here. Josh Hart is going to screen Chet. And in that slight hesitation right here, Brunson is going to burst. And he's able to finish these. And as LeBron stated earlier, it's all about the decision-making coming off the pick. As right here, we're going to see Bobby P. He's going to hedge. The defender's trying to get over the screen. So Brunson's going to thread the needle as Hartenstein rolls. This is good chemistry. Hartenstein is able to finish these. And when dealing with the blitz coming off these screens, that decision-making doesn't necessarily start with Brunson all the time. As Josh Hart right here, he felt his defender trying to hedge this screen, so he slips out early. And again, LeBron mentioning his decision-making coming off these blitzes is the reason why he no longer gets double-teamed. As you're going to see right here off the dribble handoff screen, you're going to see Brunson's decision-making. He stays patient. Josh Hart is kind of open right now, but he stays patient with it. Kind of waits it out, and now he threads the needle to Hartenstein. And again, LeBron mentioning his decision-making coming off these picks, whether it be a dribble handoff or a regular pick and roll, is the reason why teams are starting to back off of him, because it's just so sharp that they've adjusted, and that's the reason why he doesn't make top 10 or even top 5 from year to year since the mid 2010s. And what really helps with that is having a person who knows how to operate in the short roll position with Hartenstein. The Knicks next season may have to figure out something for his replacement. Now, as we see here, Jericho Sims is in the short roll position. So Brunson's going to react a lot different knowing that he's not as skilled as Hartenstein. So he rejects the screen right here. And now he goes in to take a much more difficult shot. So right here, you see another prime example. You got Bojan operating out of the short roll, but this is what LeBron was talking about. The decisions you make coming off this pick. You see this blitz right here. But Brunson, he's going to take a more difficult shot. But again, this is what LeBron was talking about when saying Brunson was just being a pest with the pick and roll, even through the blitz. As you see right here, he's going to create space for himself by going left and keeping Maxey on his hip. So he is able to be creative on his own and still generate shots, even though he missed that right there. Brunson has real high IQ. He knows Oubre is going to get back because you have a three-point shooter right here in Bojan. And with him being on the more empty side, he knows he's going to have to get back. And now he's just going to attack him one-on-one, no Embiid down low. So he's going to take his chances. But he's been knocking down shots like these, even though this is a tough shot. That's what LeBron had meant when he said Brunson just still operating the way he does with no Randle. He's just been a beast.